Today's mug moment is taken from Matthew chapter 7, verse 6. Don't waste what is holy on people who are unholy. Don't throw your pearls to pigs. They will trample the pearls and then turn and attack you. At first, this verse may seem contrary to the verses that we read yesterday, but I don't think that's the case. I believe this passage is not talking about the sins in a person's life, but rather about their receptivity to God and the gospel. This passage isn't talking literally about dogs or pigs. It's talking about people who behave like wild animals. They trample on what is holy. They don't want to hear anything about God. They hate God without a reason. Their minds are hardened against our appeals. And when we share the gospel with them, they want nothing to do with it. When Jesus sent out the disciples, he told them, if you go into a town and they reject your message, they were supposed to shake the dirt off their feet and move on to a new town. You see, sin can distort a person's rational thinking, and they'll respond with hate and mockery towards those who in love are just trying to share the good news of the gospel. Jesus is speaking to those who follow him. He's urging us to be careful with whom we share the gospel. Some people won't understand it or appreciate it or be able to receive it. And it's useless to try to convince them that God loves them and that he wants to forgive them because they can't even hear the message. We shouldn't try to push someone who's antagonistic and fight with them into believing that God loves them. It's never going to work. We should be ready to give everyone an answer for the hope that we have. But our duty is to share truth. And if there's bitter resistance to our sharing, maybe it's time to move on. It can be discouraging when people are antagonistic, but try not to be discouraged. Simply move on to those who are receptive. As you take time now to pray, I encourage you to lift up those that you know whose hearts are hard and pray that God would soften their hearts so they might be willing to listen to his good news.